Hi and welcome, I'm John and this is Unique Games Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a Let's Build video. What are Let's Build videos? What they're all about. Well, Let's Build video, I take a model kit and I'll show you guys how to put it together. If there's any areas of concern on the sprue, like on this one particularly, there's piping or little things like that, I'll give you guys a heads up. If there's any part of the piece you're trying to take off and there's a bit that looks like sprue but actually needs to stay there because it's like a pin, I'll let you guys know. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I miss them as well. If there's anything numbered differently from the instructions to the sprue, again, I'll give you guys a heads up on it. If you suffer with dyslexia or struggle with instructions, this is a visual aid to help you. If you're interested for models for a particular army that you have or that you're thinking of getting, but you don't know how hard it's going to be to build, again, this is just a visual way to guide you through it. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel the love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so you would have seen from the thumbnail, today I'm going to build the Foetid Bloat drone. Foetid Bloat drone. Well, now there's 3 different variations on this kit, first of all. So it comes naturally with the Mowers, which is a close combat variant of the model. You can swap that out and have the 2 plague spewers, which is like 2 heavy flame type weapons. So it's 12-inch range, auto hitting. I think they are anti-infantry 2+ with torrent and ignore cover, so that's quite quite nice. Or you can have the heavy blight launcher. Now I don't really plan on getting this thing into close combat, so I don't really want to go to Mowers. I don't really want to get close enough to 12 inches to be able to be charged with that, so I'm going to go with a heavy blight launcher. Now my plan is as well, when I play Death Guard, is to have it be using these to target a unit that's either been tagged by the Hellbrute or is in contagion range of another Death Guard unit, so just pepper them down and weaken them down a bit. Anyway, so go for tools needed as always. Mold line scraper. Now you can use a hobby knife or some sort of surgical blade. If you're using a sharp tool, just be careful because it's sharp. Let everyone in the house know you're using sharp blades. Make sure there's no cats jumping around or little hands around the place. Clippers, most useful part of our kit. It's a plastic kit, so plastic glue. Now I do have this wonderful stuff, sanding sponge. Comes in sponge or block. Block is more rigid, this is more flexible, especially for piping on this. It's going to be actually, perfectly suited for it. You can get files, so little thin files to do it if you want to do it that way. So before we get started, we start clipping and snipping. We'll have a look at the kit. So the reason we look at the sprues first of all is so we can ascertain what's what. It makes our job a little bit easier when it comes to building it. Now surprisingly, when I opened this just now to have a look at it, I was actually pleasantly surprised. It looks very, very straightforward to build. So we have body. We've got all this piping. I think this is all to go with on the front of his mouth. Because he has different options for the front of the mouth as well. So I think this is to go with that. But this piece here that looks like part of the heavy blight launcher pod. We've got the mowers. We've got these bits here, which I'm unsure what they are. We've got these bits here. I presume that's where the propellers are going to go on these bits. There's various spikes and piping and little claw arms, which will no doubt be used for something. So the other sprue. So we have the flying drone parts. Why is there only 3? Oh yes, there's 3. 2 on the side and 1 on the back. We've got different head crests for him. And there's this one and this one that go together. Make another one. There's the other piece of body. There's the heavy blight launcher. There's the heavy spewers. There's another one. There's a few little pieces like this that no one knows. Well, I can't see how that's going to go on there, but I'll figure it out. That looks like the heavy blight launcher barrels. These little pieces off of the spewers. Anyone would have seen Death Guard Blight Lord Terminators and the Death Guard Chaos Space Marines, you'd know that that's how that goes on there. Well, that's that little piece there. Well, that's a lovely little piece. That's an absolutely fantastic piece, that is. But anyway, I'm going to finish getting set up and come back to you with the first pieces. Right, so the first two pieces we need is this body part and this body part. So I'm going to snip them, clean them, I'll show you how they go together. Right, so this first bit is very, very straightforward. You have 3 weird grooves in there. There's 3 little pins that stick out the top there. That just slides in there like so. And the rest of it lines up nicely. That already looks amazing. It really does. Right, so next is there's 2 options here. We can either have 5 and 6. Okay, there's loads of little piping on that. There's the stinger. There's that little pin goes in that little hole. Okay, or we can have 3 and 4. Okay, I'm going to probably go with 3 and 4 because I like the way that the pipes will just dangle out of him. So I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to snip it clean and show you how it goes on. So the way this goes together, there's a hole there and a hole there. There's a pin there and a pin there. So they just line up with each other like so. Gives you this amazing piece. I wouldn't worry too much about that join line there because once it goes in, it'll be, you won't see it. Right, so in this piece, there's a funny little bum underneath that just slots over the top there like that. On there, the pipe goes to the side there, and this little one goes into there. So I might just sort of hold that for a few minutes until it sets down. Right, so the next piece we need is 44 and 45. Okay, now 44 goes on this side of the model and 45 goes on that side of the model. So I'm going to snip them off, clean them down. I'm going to show you how to put one in. The other one goes in exactly the same, but just on the other side. Right, so it's very straightforward. There's a little hole under there, and there's a hole that side. So number 44, there's a little ball on the end of this. The little ball just slots into the hole. So it's just a little gas cylinder. Number 45 goes in the hole that side. So I'm going to do that off camera and then come back to you for the next piece. Right, so now it's telling me this bit's on the side as well, but to glue it into its base. That's the first one. That's the pretty important bit it's telling me to do. But unfortunately, it's not freestanding. So I'm going to have to probably glue it and then get a paint pot, push the paint pot as close as I can to it to hold it into place. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'll probably have to leave it to dry for maybe an hour or so, and then I'll come back to you again after that. Right, so the next piece needed is number 7 and number 8. There is a third one, but that's for the back of him. So 7 and 8. I'm going to snip them, clean them, and I'll show you how they go on. Right, so the first thing is number 7 goes this side, number 8 goes this side, and it's telling me, you see there's a funny little pattern in there. It's the same pattern on the bottom there. It's just telling me don't use glue, just slots in there. It doesn't just pop in there, it keeps trying to come out. Yeah, so I'm actually going to use glue, but you can see the way that funny little shape is in there. It's a funny little, same little funny shape there. So I'm going to glue that into place, and the same on the other side. Okay, and glue them both into place, and we'll come back for the next piece. Right, so the next one needed is the hood that goes over the front there. There's 3 different variants. I'm going to show you each one. So the first one we need for the first one is number 17 and number 18, and we need number 16 as well, which is this piece here. So I'm going to snip all 3 of those pieces off and come back and show you how they go together. Right, so it's very straightforward. Just be careful when you're taking off a sprue. See that little white piece there? That was a little bit of sprue, and it stops it from lining up properly. So basically this middle spike in the middle here goes into that gap, and you just turn it around so it lines up. I'm going to sit and hold this for a few minutes. Right, now we have this piece. Now this piece has there's little pins there. There was one this side, but I snipped it off by accident, not realising that's what goes on. But look, in here, you'll see there's 3 pins, 1, 2, 1 that side, 3. That's how it lines up. It just sits in there, like so. Okay, so I'm going to glue that into place, and I'll come back and show you how it goes into the model. Right, something I actually forgot to say about these bits. These spiky bits sticking up, be careful, because they do pokey into you. This goes a little bit of a nuisance because these are very flimsy on the end of 2 flies, but they look cool as hell. Now, let me dropping it. Here's the interesting part. This bit at the bottom here, okay, hooks into there. So it just slots over the top, like so. We have them almost done. Absolutely looks so lovely. So I'm going to glue it into place and then come back for the next one. Right, so the next one, we need 13, which is this one here, and 14, which is this lovely piece here. Right, so this piece, there is little pins here. Now it's very difficult when you take it off the sprue to see what's the pins and what's sprue, but there is little pinholes along the side here. Now the trick with this, I thought it was sitting on the outside. No, it's all in the inside. Turn it around like so. There we go. That's how it sits in. So when you look at it, it looks like plated armour. Okay, now the next piece that we need is number 15, which is this piece. Now it goes on exactly the same, but the other side. And there's 2 pins there, and there's 2 holes at the top there that slot into each other. So I'm going to clip that, glue that, and glue that on, and come back to you for the last one. Right, last one is number 10. Now we need number 12 as well, which is this one. Number 12 goes on this side of the helmet, along this side here. And we need number 11, which goes on the other side. And doesn't look like, oh, there is. Yeah, there's three little grooves there. And you can see on there's 3 little grooves there, so that's how it slots in. So I'm going to snip those off, clean those down, put them together, and put them on the other drone. I actually jumped ahead a little bit there. Number 9 is what we need next, and that goes in the top here. Now, here's a diamond-shaped connection, but looking at this, I can see a diamond shape there. It's not very big, but I can see it. Again, be careful because these are sharp. And there's some horrible mould lines in between the spikes. So I'm going to snip that off, clean it down, glue it in. It's straightforward, straight in it goes. I'm going to come back to you for the next piece then. Right, so now we're on to interesting things, which is weapon loadout. Now it comes as standard with the Mower, okay? But the Mower can be swapped out for the heavy blight launcher, which is nice, or the 2 plague spewers, which again is nice. Now I'm swapping mine out. For me, the mower, I don't think the mower is worth having on it. I explain to you why. One, it's a vehicle. Okay, so it can shoot in combat anyway, just much one to hit. So the spewers don't care because they're torrent weapons that they auto hit. This unit itself has a nice little ability that it can shoot and charge on a turn which it falls back from combat. So, you know, some people say, okay, well, how does that benefit it? If it's charged, it can fall back. Yeah, but here's the beautiful thing about it. You could come forward. I could then blast you, or move this guy forward, blast you with weapons, shoot you with the weapons, then charge you, maybe kill, because there's a stinger as well, so maybe kill 1 or 2 guys. You'll do a wound or 2 on him. Your next turn then, because it's an ongoing combat, provided you don't charge nothing else against him, I then fight first because it's ongoing combat. So I kill another 1 or 2 guys with the stinger. He causes another wound or 2 on me. My next turn then, I fall back from combat, blast you again, then charge you again to keep you locked up. Now, you know, it's a very good idea. You can't shoot him with the mower because the mower is not, it's a close combat weapon. It's still nice, don't get me wrong, it's still a nice thing to have. And I'll show you, I'll talk you through how to build it, so it's not, you know, too much of an issue. But the heavy blight launcher is 6 shots. I think they're lethal hits as well, with 3s. I think they're 3s to hit. And I'm sure it's strength 6 minus 2 AP and 2 damage a piece, something like that. So that's quite tasty, really. And the spewer, I think, is strength 4 or strength 5. I think it's strength 4. I think it's minus 1 AP, and I think it's 1 damage a piece. I think, off the top of my head. But there's 2 of them on the so it's 2d6 shots, or 2d6 hits, should I say? So that's quite tasty. That's why I'm going to go with the heavy weapons. So with that said, we're going to start with the, and I looked at my list as well for the Death Guard, and I actually have 2 heavy blight launchers on one of them with the plague spewers. So I'm like, okay, I have to build them then. Say building the mower. But anyway, so the first pieces we need are number 28, 29. I'm going to snip them, clean them, show you how they go together. Right, so as you would have thought, this is very, very simple. I've already put glue onto it. That just slots in there like so. And we've got a lovely little connection point there by the looks of it. There's some circle bits there, which are probably going to have pipes going through it. But as you can see, bear in mind, there is little goo coming off the gun onto the other barrel. That's meant to be there. I looked at it first of all, should that be there? There's been some poison dripping down off of it as well. And anyway, so the next, let me go find the next piece now. Right, so the next 2 pieces we need, 32, which is this pipe, and 31, which is this piece here. That's next to where we took these original pieces for the underside of the drone from. So I'm going to snip those 2 bits off, clean them down, show you how they go onto the gun. Right, it's very, very straightforward. So this pipe piece, okay, there is a weird little connection point at the back there. That just glues on there like so. So the pipe goes around the other side of the body. And this one, these 2 weird little bits here are for those 2 holes. So you literally line the hole up, just pop it in. So I'm going to glue that all together, and I've just seen a nasty horrible mold line along here and I'm going to get rid of, and then I'm going to come back for the next piece. Right, so the next piece we need is number 30. That's on the sprue we just took the guns from. So I'm going to snip it, clean it, I'll show you how it goes on. Right, so there is a little bit sticking here, that's poison dripping out of the weapon. So see, I can see I put glue on that side. So you basically take the guns upside down, take the gun, yeah, that looks absolutely devastating. Right, so the next bit we need is on the sprue with the mower. We need 34, 35 and 33. I'm going to snip those 3 pieces off and show you how they go together. This part of the gun is very, very straightforward. So this is number 34. Put the slots in there like so. Okay. And this side, there is 3 holes. There is 3 pins. It does slot in. It just takes a little bit of working. I'm not going to. There we go. So I'm going to glue that into place, and then come back and show you how it connects to the gun. Right, so now it's time for the joyful bit. The bit I've been looking forward to the whole build. Not really. Okay, so we have. Bloody hell. We have a hole here. Oh my goodness me. That slots into there. Okay. We have the same hole the other side. And that slots into there. So then what happens is the pipe, this is very fiddly to show you, but the 2 pipes line up. Okay. And that's what holds it all in there. So I'm going to glue those into place and then come back to you for the next weapon. Right, I was going to just bring you back with the next, the spewers to go in here, but you know, I'm just blown away by these guys. That is absolutely amazing. It's just, and they actually went in a lot easier than I thought. Now the first gun I put in, I pull it in, I had to move it a little bit and also on it locked. I was like, okay, that's in place then. I was instantly put some glue in the other hole and some glue on the piping. Put that in, piping lined up perfectly. Job done. There's 2 drones done with the heavy blight launchers. So now we're going to go on to the third guy with the plague spewers. So the first thing we need is the correct sprue. We need, okay, so this is a little bit different. Okay, so we need 39, which is this one. 40, which is this one, because they're both different sides, so they have to go on to different ways. But they go in the same way, the little pin. It's just slots over the top there. I've shown you that before, I'm going to show you that again. And we need number 41, which is this one. So I'm going to snip these 3 pieces off. I'm going to glue that piece straight in. You see how that goes. I'm going to come back and show you how this guy goes on. Right, this is very, very simple. Very simple. There's a whole circle ball joint there. There's a ball joint there. That just slips straight in there, like so. Even though it's thought it can't be that simple, it is that simple. It's just insane. So the next one is 36, 38. That's the one with the little ball joint on it. And where's the other little piping piece that we need? The barrel piece. There is another sprue. Number 37. So I'm going to snip those off, clean those down, glue them all together to make another one of these, and come back and show you how they go on. I didn't actually think it would be that easy, but it's actually very easy. Okay, so you guessed it, this one goes in here. Yeah, but there's a little pipe there that goes in over here. Okay. So you've got to round that first. Oh. Of course, it decides it's going to come off the joint. I'm going to mess around with that off camera because it's decided to come off the joint. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give you final thoughts on these guys and difficulty rating and everything else. I'm going to show you some pictures, but then I'm going to film at the end to show you how to put the mowers together. Okay, in my opinion, I don't think they're worth putting on there, but with that said, I really like these models. I think they're fantastic. So I could in the future end up getting more of these and just making another heavy blight launcher. So I've got 3 of them, so I can just build 3 of them on the table, 2 more spewers, and then just get 3 more to build as the mowers. Just, you know, if I fancy changing up for a game here and there, I can. But I mean, I haven't put them on the table. I haven't played them on the table. Just looking at their rules, I don't think the mower's as good as what the weapon loader they can have. But difficulty rating for these guys, surprisingly, I'd give them a 3. They're so simple to build. And to be honest with you, every single Death Guard model I've built, I've not had an issue with any of them. I think the worst sort of issue I've had is mold lines in, you know, in between the spikes and stuff along the top here, which you get that on them anyway. Now, there is some mold lines on here that I've missed, which again, before I come to spray, I come back with a sponge and just give it a clean down, make sure I get those, and my mold line scraper, make sure I get all of those bits and pieces. With the top, the wings, the propeller things on the side and on the top, they are sharp. The spiky bits are sharp, so that's the only bit I'd take away from the model, mold lines and those sharp bits. But apart from that, they're actually a beautiful model and beautiful to build. I'm not going to show you pretty pictures. I'm just going to pick them up and show them. Pulling the gun off. There's the plague spewer. I don't know why they're aimed downwards. It should be up a little bit, but they're still beautiful. And here's one blight launcher. Absolutely just fantastic. I love them. You can already see a big massive red eye there just looking out at the enemy. And here's the other plague. Here's the other one with the plague, the big gun. The flies hanging off the top of him. That's just some amazing kits. So anyway, I'm going to come back to you now. It's a difficult rating of 3. I really love these models. I'm going to come back and show you how to build the mowers now. Okay, I'm not going to take them off the sprue and put them together. I'm just going to run you through how they go together. Right, so this is very straightforward. It looks complicated when you first look at it, but it's very straightforward. So we have 22, which is this one, okay, and 21. Actually, there's 21, okay. The instructions are telling me that's 22. Yeah, so that's the instructions are slightly wrong on that if you're building it with the mower. It's telling me that that's 22, but it's not. That's 21 on the sprue. But basically 21 and 22. Okay, this piece here, I'll flip around so you can show you. It looks like that. Okay, that clips into there. Alright, and then obviously there's little pins and there's little holes, so they all line up. Then the next piece you need for that is number 19, which is this piece here. Okay, and this piece here should connect in there. No, sorry, it connects in this side. This bit here connects in here. Let's have a look, see. There's nothing on that side. There is 2 pins there. We can see a pin. There's only one pin I can see, but it does fit into there. And that's the arm, because then this bit goes in where the gun slot would go into where I've shown you. This piece here then has the mower going into it. Because you repeat the same for the other side with, it should be 24, which is labelled right, 23, which is labelled right, and then 20, which is labelled right. So they go together the same as the first one. And I would put one arm together, glue that in, then put the mower together, then glue the other arm, glue the mower into the first arm, and then glue the second arm into place and connect the mower that way. But to be honest with you, I don't see there being a problem even if you put the whole thing together and just slid it on, because it's that well designed. They've done it really well. All the Death Guard stuff is done really well. I can't singing the praises for the way that they built Death Guard models. You know, it's absolutely fantastic. I'm annoyed myself for not building them sooner because they're that much of a joy. Anyway, so the mower is 26 and 27. It just clips into each other. Okay, and then 25 goes on the front of that to give you the circular bit, and then that just clips in, into this piece and into that piece. Okay, because this is the inside of the mower. That's it. Well, you know, I'm not building it because I want to keep it on the, sorry, knocking the camera. I want to keep it on the sprue just in case I want to use it for kit bashing or something else. Because there's so many lovely parts left over from these models that I'm thinking I could actually maybe try and kit bash some sort of venom crawler. I don't know. It's, you know, anyway, that's another story for another day. Anyway, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Give everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video with more and more people. That makes this amazing community you guys grow even more. I'm gonna give you a couple of pictures, I think, actually. Yeah, just a couple of pictures. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy.